What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Prop Challenge. And in today's episode, the guest that we have taking on the Prop Challenge is someone you might be a little familiar with. It's me. So let's get on with it. Welcome everyone to the Prop Challenge, the show where your favorite traders from the Forex, indices, futures and commodity markets come together to show you that they have what it takes to pass a prop firm challenge live right in front of you. You get to see all of the trades that they've taken live so that you can learn from their trading strategy and their methodologies. You also get to see exactly how they would execute in a live type of scenario. Now, I know what you're going to say, there is no hindsight trading. All trades are simulated through FX replay with live data taken from the last 2 years. A random month is chosen from the last 2 years by our random wheel chooser thingy device. Anyway, here are the rules. Our rules are based on the most popular prop firm parameters. They emulate similar targets and restrictions to your favorite prop firms. Traders must achieve an 8% gain given an unlimited time period to trade, much like most of these prop firms nowadays, starting from a random month, of course. However, they must adhere to strict rules of 4% max daily drawdown and an overall drawdown of 8%. So let's see if your favorite traders are really able to put their money where their mouths are and prove that they have what it takes to take on the prop challenge. All right, everyone. So today I'm going to be taking on the prop challenge myself. It's been pretty widely requested. Everybody's like, you're getting everybody else to do it. Why don't you do it yourself? So here I am. We're going to take it on today. So what most of you want to see me do this with is obviously the Judas swing strategy that I use, which isn't really a Judas swing, I just call it that, but essentially it's the grab of previous day liquidity. So I'm going to mark out the midnight hours of each day, and then we're going to look at the previous day between midnight and midnight, the highest and the lowest points, and then I just wait for those to get taken. Once those are taken, I'm then going to drop down to the 5 minute and look for a change of character. On the 5 minute, once I get a change of character, which is a fractal change of character, and if you want to know how that works, then I've just done a video on that as well, so go and check that out. But a fractal change of character is essentially the last low or high that did not take out a previous high or low, right? From the most recent high. Sounds complicated, but you'll see what I mean in the video. I go through it briefly, but if you want a more in-depth video of it, I have one just before this. The video I would have probably just released before this. So essentially that's what I'm looking for, and then I get it in on the fair value gap that is on the extremity, all right? And in terms of trade management, I essentially just look for 1 to 2.5 risk reward ratio. So we're looking for 2.5 RR, and essentially we're not going to be moving stops to break even until maybe we get to like 2 risk reward or very near the end. But otherwise I pretty much just leave it alone. In terms of the sessions that I trade, I don't tend to be very strict on that. I do have session indicators that show me when they started. It just helps me with backtesting because I don't want to be taking an Asia session. But if we're close to London session or maybe an hour before, so kind of like Frankfurt Open, I'll still take trades. But if it gets a bit too late on New York session, I'm a bit less likely to take trades unless it's very strong. So yeah, and then the key takeaway for this strategy, okay, is you need to have not just a change of character for your entry, you need to have a strong displacement. Now, the displacement is going to tell you how strong the liquidity was that was grabbed. Okay, you want to be sure that the liquidity was grabbed was sufficient to fuel the move that's about to happen. Okay, there needs to be a displacement so that when price comes back to grab the orders that was left behind by the displacement, there's enough fuel to keep it going in that same direction. Otherwise, you'll find that it just fails on you. You'll see a few trades that I take with not quite enough displacement potentially, and I will probably take some in this, right? I'm not perfect. No one's a perfect trader. But if you take all the trades that appeal with this, you can still be profitable. So let's get right into the challenge and let's see if I can pass within the random date that we will now do. Right, so by now the date would have been picked and we will now go on to the challenge. See you all there. A lot of people ask me, what is my favorite prop firm to use? And the answer is simple. It's Blue Guardian. Blue Guardian has the best prop firm conditions of any prop firm I've used to trade with. And they allow you to take an unlimited amount of time to pass their evaluation. Not only this, but they give you the Guardian Protector, which is a tool that stops you from hitting your max daily loss. You can also set it further down to stop you from over trading for that day. It simply cuts off your MT4 account and you can't continue to trade if you hit more than that loss. If you want to use the prop firm that I use, click the link down below and use the code GARTRADES to get 10% off your purchase. Let's continue with the video. Alright everybody, so I'm here on FX Replay. I'm using a session indicator just to let me know sort of when the days start and when they end, etc. We've also got this cool tool on FX Replay. It allows you to go to the next session. This is New York, okay, we'll say London session. So every time we want to go, we can just go to London session and it will do that. So let's go to London session. This is London Open now. Should be. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we're on UTC time. So make sure you're in your time zone. I like to have mine on New York. Okay, so let's go to London session. Cool. So let's mark out midnight time. Okay. And now we're going to mark previous midnight, previous day. So this is Monday, so Friday at midnight. It's a little confusing. So yeah, Friday. Don't know why it's not showing me midnight, to be honest. Just goes on to Sunday. Oh wait, I'm being stupid. So it would be down here. So the lows we would be looking for is here, and the highs I would be looking for is here. Right, so let's see what happens. All of this takes place on the 5-minute chart for me. Okay, let's see if the highs get taken in London. Nope, they have not been. Let's just adjust things a little. Are we going for the lows? Or are we going for the highs? Okay, so we take the highs. Okay, so now the lowest point that so this candle did not take the previous candle's high. So this is the fractal low that I would look to break. Okay, we do break it pretty aggressively as well. This up here is a fair value gap. The extreme fair value gap. So I'll place my order here. Stops just above. And we look for 1 to 2.5 risk reward. And that is our order. Let's see if we get tagged into this one. Okay, and session's pretty much done here, so that's a bit of a write-off. Let's go to the next day. So for us here, we're looking for midnight, which was right here. And now we're going to look for the highs. Let's mark out the high here and the low down here. So let's see which one gets tagged first. Obviously that one. So now we look for the last candle that did not break the previous candle's high, which is actually right here. So we've actually had our change of character right here, because this candle did not take this previous candle's high. This took the highs and this took the lows. So now we're waiting for an FVG. Okay, there is an FVG right here. So this fair value gap inside here stops just above, and we target 2.5 risk reward. Okay, let's place this order. Okay, so we tagged in on the next candle and we flush straight down. So we're up 2.5%. Yeah, so let's go to the next session, next day. So we're 2.5% up. Let's mark out midnight and the lowest and highest points, which is essentially all my strategy is. It's that simple. The lowest point is down here and the highest point is up here. Okay, let's wait for, looks like the lows will most likely be taken. We've also got some like relative equal lows here. Let's see what happens during New York session. Okay, that was a really aggressive sweep here. I like that. Let's see. Oh, and directly aggressive in the other direction. Fair value gap, check. So here's your fair value gap. So my entry would immediately be right here. Stops just below this wick here. And we target 2.5 risk reward. Okay, let's place the order. I'm going to give a little bit of a buffer here. Always give at least a pip buffer before I forget. Okay, place this. Okay, that's about 2.3, so we need to adjust this here. Okay, so that tagged us in, or should have. What's going on here? This should have tagged me in. Don't understand. Anyway, okay, well that should tag us in now. Okay, cool. Okay, so we tagged in. Let's just let it play. I'm actually going to speed it up. Okay, so each click is an hour, which is helpful. We were tagged in session, so I'm just going to let it run. Okay. Hopefully we hit TP now. There you go. So 2 winners right off the bat. That's really nice. Of course, you're not always going to have that. So I'm expecting a loser very soon. So we're up 5% currently. Right. So let's look at the previous day. Previous day, this is the lowest point here. And this is the highest point between midnight sessions. All right. And we've just taken the highs, right? So now we're looking for a change of character, which is going to be all the way down here. Whoops. That was... Okay. So we took the highs now. And we took the lows. So we've actually had a change of character. If you can see, we took the high. Okay. This was the low because this was the last candle that did not take the previous candle's high. All right. And we took that out. So that is a fractal change of character. So now I'm looking for a fair value gap, which we've got in between this candle here. It's very small, but there is a gap here. Okay. There's a gap here. You can see it. There's a gap between these two candles. Okay. So that will be my entry. As you can see, it's the same thing every day. Wait for the highs of the previous day to be taken and then get in on the change of character that happens fractally and get in on the fair value gap. It's that freaking easy. that's all you have to do. Have a plan and follow it. Okay. Wow, okay. Let's see if we get tagged in now. We tagged in. Cool. We're reacting nicely, not so nicely. And we're out of that one. So that is the loser I was waiting for. Let's go to the next day. Well, let's see if we get another change of character off here, because we've now created a new high. Yeah, that's not... Okay, so there's the highs. The low will be under here. Nah, this is not turning around anytime soon. Okay, that took the high. Just. The low is under here. So let's see if we can take that. Okay, took the highs now again. The low is under here. We take the lows. There's no fair value gap though. There is now. Okay, so this is a trade I would take. We've changed character. We've taken the daily highs. Alright, so 1 to 2.5 and place order. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's why you're supposed to give a pip of breathing room. See, because that should have tagged us in right there. That's very frustrating. So let's see. Right, so that's why I'm supposed to give myself a pip of front runner. If you watched my previous video, I do that pretty often, but this one I neglected to do that. So let's go to the next session. Right, so midnight here. And let's see, where's the highest point? The highest point's here. And lowest point's all the way down there. We'll see if we get there. Okay, we might be going for them, but they're all the way down here, so I doubt it. Okay, so now we're reaching for them. Okay, we've grabbed the highs. Alright, so we've got the fuel for our move. Okay, so we've grabbed the high. This is now the low. Okay. Okay, so this is the last candle that did not take the previous candle's high. We then took that out, and we now need the fair value gap, which we've got right now. And so I'm willing to get in on this. Stops just above. And we're looking for 2.5. Risk reward. And place the order. Okay. Tagged in. Okay. I don't like how this one is moving very much. Okay. So we took another loss there. Yeah, so this day is done. I'm gonna go to the next day. Look for midnight. Okay. And then this is the high. Whoops. This here is the high. And the lows are all the way down here. We'll see if we get there. Whoa, okay. So we took these highs out. You can see how sensitive this particular area is. So we actually took this out, came down, took out the lows as well. Here's not a fair value gap, actually. So we need a fair value gap. which technically we just got, right? No, we didn't get anything. Okay, so there's a fair value gap right here. So those are all of our criteria met. Right, let's just front run this a little so we're not in the same situation. Okay, place order. Okay. Ah, so we're in this trade, or at least we should be, according to this. Okay. So once we take out these lows or get close to these lows, I'll look to potentially go break even on this. Okay, we got kind of close to this. So do I go break even? Okay, yeah. So now I'm going to go break even. And hopefully, there you go. So we took the take profit there. So now back up to 2.5. Don't know how that works. Anyway, so now let's go on to, so we need one more winner, I think. Hopefully we get a winner. We took the lows already, so luckily we somehow were able to stay out of that because of this trade. So let's go to the next session. So yeah, we would have taken a loss there, just full disclaimer, had we not been in that other trade. Right. So the lows are here, highs are up here. But you can see where our entry was, and that's essentially where there's some liquidity, which is what the algorithm aims for. Whether there is an algorithm or not, this just seems to work. Okay, so the day is done on this one, and we didn't go for the high or the low. So let's go to the next London session. Midnight we will mark out. This is the highest point, right? Just before midnight we took it. Now it looks like we could be changing character. We took the highs there. And we took the lows. Okay, but no fair value gap. Now we've got a fair value gap right here. I'm going to front run it a little bit. Stops just be above. And I'm looking for 2.5. Okay. We're in and out just like that. All right, so let's go to, okay, let's see, because we've just taken the highs once again. Okay, so we took the highs, we took the lows. This gap is filled, unfortunately. It would have been nice if there was a gap here. There's a gap here, actually. So this here looks like a solid bet. Stops just above. And targeting 2.5. Okay, let's place this order. This is more than likely going to be the one that just doesn't tag us in. Whoa, look at how precise that is. But why am I not tagged in? Why am I not tagged in on this? That's what I want to know. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, and we tagged out. So it did tag us in and tagged us out very quickly. There was a nice reaction off of here, and obviously you could have gone break even here where we were at like almost 2 risk reward, but that's not how I do things. So we took the highs once again. Okay, there we took those highs. So potentially there could be another trade here, but yeah, it's very late in the day, so I'll go to the next London session. All right, let's look at midnight. We've got the highs here, and we've got the lows over here. Right. Whoops. Okay, I don't know why they did that, but anyway. So we're looking for these highs to be taken, or the lows. That was, okay, there you go, highs are taken. I need, okay, which is highest? Okay, this was higher. This was even higher. So yeah, there is no change of character in there. Yeah, my rules have not been met here. Right. So nothing here. Okay, we take the highs once again, and it's just continuing up. We have had, here we've technically had a change of character, but we're really extended. So yeah, there could be an entry within here, so let's play this entry here. Whoops. We're going to go short here. Oh, short, not long. Okay, we're going to go short here. Stops just above. Order is not complete. Oh, cool. Okay, so we tagged. Okay, and tagged out. So we're on a little bit of a losing streak here. Let's go to the next session. Okay, midnight. The highest point. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to grab the lows. Unless we do. But it is pretty late in the day. Let's see what happens. No. So session's over. We'll go to the next day. We've got midnight right here. And here is our high. And here is our low. Okay, there's a nice, very aggressive grab. Yeah, and our low is right here. Because this was the last candle not to take the previous candle's high. We've got a very small fair value gap right here, and here, and a stop just above. Okay, 1 to 2.5. Place order. Okay, tagged in. And tagged out. So our losing streak continues. Let's see what happens on the next trade. Let's see if we get something else here. Okay. Nothing. Okay, so we changed character here. So I'm willing to get in on this. Right here. Okay, hopefully this is our break to the losing streak. As you can see, I mean, none of this was hindsight, otherwise I wouldn't have taken 5 losses in a row. But anyway, we're back up to 4%, so halfway there. Let's go to the next London session, and we will look at midnight once again. And these are our highs. I like that it's a very well-defined high. Okay, so we take the high. Now let's get the change of character, which will be below here. Okay, we get the change of character and we get the fair value gap. This is pretty much as textbook as you can get. Stops just above. Right, so let's place the order. Okay, in and out. Right, but we do have another entry here. Up here, so we can look to play this. Right, 2.5. Right. Oh, no way. You can see how close that was. Absolutely heart-wrenching stuff. Very close to that entry. Oh my word. Okay, so we got tagged in now. We got tagged in now and hit TP. Just like that. Right, so that just shows that these levels are very valid, especially if we're in session, which we were. So yeah. Nice. I don't know why we didn't get the full 2.5, but anyway. So let's go to the next London session. But again, regardless of your winners and losers, you just have to stick to your edge and your edge will play out. The thing is, the human brain is not designed, we're not evolved to think statistically. We only think of, hey, that's why people buy lottery tickets, because we always think the least statistical thing will happen to us when we know it's like a 1 in a million to win a lottery ticket. Why are you even bothering? Like, it's the least probable thing ever. And it's the same with this. Like, people don't want to let their odds play out properly. Okay. Okay, so there's no change of character there. Okay, so we go lower. Yeah, no change of character. Okay, nothing. Okay, so we continue lower. Does this? Okay, so this is a change of character. This was the last candle, not to take the last candle's lows. The lows are then taken, so now we need a fair value gap. But we continue lower with no fair value gap. Okay, continuing lower now still. Let's see if we can get above here. Okay, we do. Fair value gap is in here. Alright. So I would hop in here. Stops just below. Hopefully this is the one to finally pass our challenge. We're still within March, by the way, so it's still been a month. Okay. Okay, tagged in. It seems to be holding somewhat. Okay. So now I would go break even on this. So right now you would be freaking out because your challenge would be pretty close to being finished. And there you go. Challenge finished with $100 extra, 8%. So you can see your odds play out. Let's have a look at my statistics so you can see sort of what it looks like. Max loss streak 4 in a row. Okay. So this is what's nice about the software. You can actually find out your loss streak. For this month, it was a bit poor, two wins in a row. But like I said, we still got the results, guys. I mean, what more can you want than 8% in a month? I mean, that's life-changing stuff. But anyway, this was an exercise in showing that it truly does work as long as you have a good risk-reward ratio. It doesn't matter if you've got a less than 50% win rate, you can still pass in under a month. And you don't even need to pass in under a month. It can take 2 months. You can have a couple of months where you only make 4%. But if you've got a system that works, and make sure you're testing it over data in the past. Like now, this is a random date, and I can see that the system works, right? You just stick to your knowledge and use the data to your advantage so that you know what to do right now. You learn from the past so that you can make good decisions in the present. So with that being said, thank you everybody for watching my prop challenge. It's weird for me to be doing the prop challenge, but I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something from this. So I will see you guys in future videos. Please do subscribe down below and let me know what you thought about it, and let me know who you want to see on future prop challenges. We've got a lot more coming out in the future. So thanks everybody for watching. Cheers.